I wanted to stop by today. This is Friday, the 17th of September, and just let you know that there's 1 week left to enroll your high school student in the Teen Mentorship 101 group coaching. There is another video on my website that you could watch about the Teen Mentorship 101, but I just want to give you a couple of details, little extra details than things that I haven't mentioned in that other video. So you have 1 week to enroll. The seats will close in a week's time, and I do have one seat available on Monday at 2:30 PST time, as well as Tuesday afternoon at 2:30. You can also, if you have your own class, if you set up your own class, you can also get a 50% off if you set up a class for 4 to 6 students. And I also do 10% coupons for parents who are using their own funds, for all their home education needs. And so I really do want to, come alongside parents, support you where I can, any way that I can, particularly with, COVID. There's a lot of families who are struggling. So I want you to know that I really want your student to be in this coaching. And what I really want to say, and I know I'm biased, but I really feel that this is the most important class, if you like, for every high school student to do before they leave home. And I had one of my students from the GO program last semester, and she said that the GO program group coaching was one of the most useful, meaningful classes that she's ever done so far in high school. And because of that, she signed up for the Teen Mentorship 101 this next semester. And so that was really encouraging for me to see that. And I can really say, I almost want to say that coaching, this group coaching, is the best kept secret with home education families. And I wish I could convince you that this is something that your teenager really needs to do, because it really helps them for life, helps them for growing into adulthood and being ready for life after home education. And so very briefly, really the Teen Mentorship 101 is focusing on, who they are, because they're really confused as to who I am, who do I need to be, what are the messages the world is telling me, who does the world think that I should be. And so it's kind of confusing, figuring out who they are, building their confidence, letting them see themselves as creative and capable. And so it really focuses a lot on self-awareness and, understanding who they are, their values, their beliefs, what are their struggles, what are their weaknesses, what are their strengths. And this just helps them with more of a life purpose. But most importantly, to feel more secure in who they are, to see themselves as valuable. And when they grow in self-awareness, they realize their challenges, they realize the actions they need to take, and they can make better choices. One of the big aspects of self-awareness are the patterns of thoughts, the mindsets, the perspectives. And sometimes it just takes a perspective shift for students to realize their next step and their next action of where they're going to move forward and how they need to change. And these patterns of thoughts and these negative thinking is really what starts, what is the root of all their difficulties and the things that they're struggling with. I had a student this week realize that how much his negative thoughts and negative thinking was steering his life, in a certain degree, and to a huge degree, and how it was impacting his decisions, how it was impacting his relationships, his communication, time with family, and even his schoolwork. And so we need to be renewing our minds. It's about changing those negative thought patterns. It's about thinking well in order to live well. There was a quote that I wrote down the other day. I'm not quite sure where it comes from, but it was talking about, what you think you become, what you feel you attract, what you imagine you create. And so it really comes down to how are they seeing themselves, how do they view themselves, and figuring out more about understanding who they are and their personalities. And so what we do in this group coaching, it's a little different to my other program that I have, the GO program, which is a 15-week. That's more of a set curriculum. This is more where we come together and in our first meeting, we'll talk about, what meaningful conversations do you want to have in the next 10 weeks? Let's design those topics you want to talk about. And I have a lot of questions of how I get them to share. And so we always, I always want to hear what they have to say and what's going to make these 10 weeks meaningful to them. And so I also get them to think about, what do you want to achieve, by the end of the 10 weeks, what is your vision? Where do you want to go? So it's important to have some sort of goal that they're working towards. It gets them to think about and to be more intentional and purposeful in each week as we meet. And so I do want them to get clearer on who they are, get clearer on those things that are holding them back, getting clearer on their challenges and how they can be more proactive in moving forward, and how those thought patterns do hold them back. It's really big in this class and in all my coaching. And when we're looking at, designing those topics, you'll find that we will cover a lot of the topics that are important for general well-being. We all have a spiritual side, a physical side, an emotional side. So, mental health will come into that. Physical health comes into that. How are they, what are their sleep patterns, their healthy living, their exercise. And it's all done around questions. I am asking questions. I'm getting them to find their own solutions, have an action that they're going to do that week. It's not something I tell them to do, because otherwise there's no ownership in that, and so they come to their own conclusions. They have an action that they decide how they're going to apply the learning from that class, how they're going to apply that to an action for the week. So there's that accountability, but there's also the support where we're there together. We're here to, hear about the different challenges that we have, and be there to support one another. And so it really is a prep for life. It's a prep for adulthood, and focuses on all those areas for successful living and life satisfaction. And so I really want to encourage you to sign up your student for this class. You have one more week. You're welcome to set up a one-on-one call with me to find out more, get questions. Bring your student along, let them ask me questions, let them get comfortable with me, get to know me. And, I love a three-way partnership with parent, student, and coach. So I do give a lot of support to parents while I am coaching your student. And I'll send emails out with some resources and some extra videos that you can watch. And we also get together for one group coaching support session where we talk about, the class, how it's going, how you can support them, and maybe some more resources as well, however you need my support. So I really want to encourage you to sign up. It's really a class that I want to say, it really is the best kept secret. I really want to say that. And I get a lot of positivity from parents, a lot of encouragement from them. I love my parents, and they're always so encouraging. And so I just want to encourage you to sign up. And that's really why I'm here today. I'm Mandy Frost, academic life coach to teenagers, young adults, parents, and families. So let me know how I can support you.